So, you probably have heard that maqam means musical scale. Well, this is true, but it's not the complete story. Did you know that this idea can actually hinder you from really grasping maqams? I'm Naveed from Oud for Guitarists, and I want to show you the right way of looking at maqam music and maqams so that you can learn them more easily and you can play them authentically. First, in Western music, there are basically two types of scales, a major scale and a minor scale. And in very basic terms, a major scale tends to sound happy, and a minor scale tends to sound sad or mellow. Now, in terms of major scales, we have C major, D major, E major, which all start on different notes, but the scale stays exactly the same. That is, the pattern of intervals between the notes stay the same. For example, let's look at C major and G major. The distances between the notes for C major are whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Same for G major. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step. This is called the intervallic structure. C major and G major share the same intervallic structure. And the intervallic structure of a major scale and the intervallic structure of a minor scale are different. The pattern is different. This difference creates the different feelings of these two scales. Now, in order to learn Middle Eastern music more easily, one should focus more on the intervallic structure between each of the notes and the feelings that these intervallic structures create. In Arabic music, there are over 50 maqams, or maqamat, which is the plural form of maqam. That means there are over 50 different intervallic structures that are used in Arabic music. The same goes for Turkish music. There are over 50 maqamlar in Turkish music and just over 10 in Persian music. Each one of these maqams has its own rules that govern melodic development and modulation from one maqam to another. Learning a Western scale is like learning a set of 7 notes, note by note. But learning a Middle Eastern maqam is like learning a small set of notes at a time. These small set of notes are called jins, or in plural, ajna. Take maqam ajam, for example. Yes, each maqam has a special name in Middle Eastern music. Maqam ajam looks identical to the Western C major scale. And this maqam is made up of jins ajam on C and jins ajam on G. Again, just like maqams, every jins has a special name, and a jins is referring to a particular intervallic structure or the pattern of distances between notes in these few notes. A jins can contain 3, 4, or 5 notes. Jins ajam, for example, has an intervallic structure of whole step, half step, and this structure makes the happy feeling of jins ajam. Now, there are 9 different ajna used in Arabic music. They are Ajam, Nahawand, Rast, Bayati, Sika, Saba, Kurd, Nawa Athar, and Hijaz. And there are 3 less common ajna, Saba Zamzam, Athar Kurd, and Musta'ar. And the 50 maqams I mentioned earlier are all different combinations of these different ajna. And the rules which govern melodic development and modulation, which is moving from one maqam to another maqam, are related to the way these ajna are put together within a maqam. Seasoned oud players can take a whole bunch of maqams and string them together flawlessly to create a beautiful taqsim or a composition. But because there are so many maqams to deal with, learning all the rules seems overwhelming. But when you look at a maqam by analyzing the different ajna that go into creating it, you can easily learn all the principles which govern melodic development and modulation so you can create your own. We discuss all these in detail and in a systematic manner in the Maqam Mastery Program. If we use the language metaphor from last week's video, Each jins is like a word, and when we put a few ajna together, we get melodic grammar, called a maqam. So learning a maqam jins by jins is a lot better than learning a maqam as a static set of 7 notes which you always abide by. This goes a long way in helping you learn the principles of melodic development and modulation for each maqam. I hope this video gave you a good, solid introduction for your maqam learning. As I mentioned in last week's video, in order to play the oud and express yourself, you need to learn melodic grammar of maqams in order to develop melody and modulations authentically. Are you ready to get started? In next week's video, we will address some of the common hurdles and common questions about learning maqams, so that you can finally hear a melody, understand it, and start playing it authentically. See you next time.